A love beyond sight. The bustling streets of New Delhi were alive with the melody of honking horns, vendors shouting about their wares, and the distant call of temple bells. Among the throng, Ananya sat in her wheelchair near the gates of the city park. It was her favorite place, a sanctuary where she could sketch the world that moved so swiftly past her. Ananya had lost the use of her legs in a car accident 3 years ago. Before that, she had been a dancer, her life a whirlwind of pirouettes and leaps. Now, her sketchpad became her outlet, her way of capturing the grace she no longer felt in her body. On most days, she kept to herself, the pages of her drawings her sole companions. But today was different. As she shaded the branches of an ancient peepal tree, she noticed a young man walking cautiously along the park path. His cane tapped lightly against the cobblestones, mapping his way. He wore a serene expression, his head tilted slightly as if listening to the world around him. Something about his presence intrigued her. The man paused, seemingly sensing her gaze. "Hello," he said, his voice warm and steady. "Is someone there?" Ananya hesitated but answered, "Yes, I'm here. I was just sketching. Do you need help?" He smiled in her direction. "Thank you, but I'm fine. I like to walk here often. The sounds and scents of the park, they help me feel connected." "I'm Anya," she offered, wheeling closer. "Kabir," he replied. "It's nice to meet you, Anya." Over the following weeks, Ananya and Kabir's encounters in the park became routine. They would sit together on a bench, sharing stories of their lives. Kabir spoke about the accident that took his sight 5 years ago, but he never seemed bitter. Instead, he spoke of the new ways he had learned to experience the world, through sound, touch, and memory. Ananya, in turn, shared her struggles with adapting to life in a wheelchair. She told him about the dance recital she missed, the loneliness that sometimes consumed her. But with Kabir, she found herself laughing more often than crying. One day, Kabir asked, "You've been sketching while we talk. Would you describe one of your drawings to me?" She hesitated, unsure if her words could capture the vibrancy of her art. "This one is of the peepal tree by the pond. Its roots twist like a dancer's arms, reaching into the earth. The sunlight filters through the leaves, casting dappled shadows on the ground." Kabir closed his eyes as if envisioning her description. "It sounds beautiful," he said. "You see the world in such detail. I wish I could experience it the way you do." "But you do," Ananya countered. "You notice things I overlook, like the rhythm of the wind or the way the birds call to each other. You've taught me to listen more." Their friendship deepened with each meeting. Kabir brought Anya audiobooks of poetry and music that inspired him, while she sketched his portrait from memory, capturing the kindness in his smile. They became each other's confidants, their bond growing into something neither of them had expected. One crisp winter morning, Kabir arrived at the park with a small bouquet of jasmine flowers. Ananya noticed the nervousness in his movements as he approached. "I've been thinking," he began, his voice slightly unsteady, "about how much you mean to me. I know I can't see you, but I feel like I've known your soul for a lifetime. Anya, would you give us a chance? To be more than friends?" Anya's heart raced. She had never imagined someone would see beyond her disability, let alone a man like Kabir, whose own struggles she admired deeply. "Kabir," she said, her voice trembling, I feel the same. But are you sure? My life isn't easy, and neither is yours. Together, it might be even harder." Kabir reached out, his hand finding hers. "Life isn't about ease, it's about meaning. And you've given my life more meaning than I ever thought possible." Tears filled Anya's eyes as she nodded. "Then yes," she whispered, "I'll take that chance with you." Their relationship blossomed like spring flowers, though it wasn't without challenges. Ananya worried about being a burden, while Kabir wrestled with his own insecurities about his blindness. But they faced each difficulty with patience and understanding, leaning on the love they had nurtured. One day, Kabir surprised Ananya with an idea. You said you used to dance. What if you tried again, but in your own way? Ananya frowned. Kabir, I can't even stand. How could I dance? With your hands, he suggested. With your arms. Dance isn't just about steps, it's about expression. Inspired by his words, Ananya began experimenting. She choreographed routines where her hands painted the air, her movements fluid and full of emotion. Kabir became her biggest supporter, attending her performances at community events and describing them to friends who couldn't see. As their love story unfolded, it became clear to everyone around them that their bond was extraordinary. Together, they proved that love wasn't about perfection but about embracing imperfections and building a life that honored them. Years later, on a sunny afternoon in the same park where they had met, Kabir knelt before Ananya, holding a small ring box. Ananya, he said, his voice thick with emotion, you are my light in the dark, my strength when I falter. Will you marry me? Ananya's answer came with tears and laughter. Yes, Kabir. 8,000 times yes. Their wedding was a celebration of resilience and love, attended by friends and family who had witnessed their journey. Ananya danced at the reception, her arms telling the story of their love, while Kabir played the flute, his music weaving through her movements. Their life together wasn't always easy, but it was full of laughter, dreams, and a love that transcended every barrier. Ananya and Kabir showed the world that true love isn't about seeing or walking, it's about feeling and believing in each other's strength. And in their union, they found a happiness that needed neither sight nor steps, only an open heart.